One of the things that I love adding to shots to improve them is atmospherics. Atmospherics is what I call organic elements that are added to the shot to create a kind of ambiance. In the shot of Cordelia at the campfire, we shot through the fire and heat distortion, and it completely changes the character of the shot. So that's kind of what I'm talking about when I say atmospherics. One of the big centerpieces in the whole film was the massive fire pit in the center of the common area scene. Behind the scenes camera guy Stephen Heller worked tirelessly all day long to maintain that huge fire. But in the case of this fire, we don't ever actually see the fire part. But the smoke and the ashes in the air for the preacher shots create so much life and energy. In this shot of Jurassic Park, there's an intense vibe created by this smokiness that fills the frame. As we pan over, we see it's just this pot with something burning in it. What's that thing there for? It's there because smoke looks awesome. In the upcoming cinematography course, we'll look much more in detail about this, but for the night scene, we also used fog. Fog at night diffuses the light, which increases the exposure and makes it easier to shoot from a technical standpoint. But it also just adds a lot of personality, depth, and movement to areas that might otherwise just read as black. This was used masterfully in Citizen Kane. You see, when light rays shine, they're not visible. I have lights all around me on me right now, but you can't see the light rays coming off the lights. But if you put some kind of particulate matter in the air, like dust, smoke, or fog, then we can see rays of light. This is called volumetric light. So these shots in the theater look amazing. And as this guy obscures the light, the rays just pour around his body, and it's just magic. That cigarette smoke probably isn't doing great things for his health, but it does look gorgeous in that light. In the upcoming training on visual effects, we'll show you how we created the volumetric light in this shot of Galhatan's helmet in post-production. Atmospherics are also, of course, great for horror movies, like in Suspiria. Here, it's rain that's creating the atmosphere, and the rainy windshield creates interesting shadows that play on her face. And again, we see those visible light rays from the headlights because the rain and steam make the light rays volumetric. These shots of the Oracle in 300 were shot underwater to make them feel fluid. The plumes of smoke and fabric add to the effect. Snow can be used as an atmospheric, such as here in Crimson Peak. While not really visible, wind can be a great way to organically add an atmosphere like we saw at the end of The Assurance. It gave movement and life to this whole sequence. Also in our film, we used the fog over a lake in these shots to create a somber mood. In westerns like The Searchers, the dust kicked up by galloping horses adds a lot to the intensity of scenes like this. Mad Max Fury Road used dust all over the place to create energy and to accentuate motion and to really create the culture of the film. They had that huge iconic dust storm, and they even added unnatural amounts of dust for insert shots like these because it made it look more awesome. Now, there are other types of and uses for atmospherics, and this, might not be your thing, but I love using organic elements like this to help create the look of a shot.